If you want to sit at the table, pull up a chair. Welcome to Let's Bring It to the Table, where we talk about how to enhance our lives by addressing issues that specifically impact our life. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year's.
Um, our today's topic is, do you want a resolution for New Year's? That's a question. I think because every year everybody is always doing these resolutions come January, dieting, fasting, what's the one I like? I hear people always say, new year, new you, new boo. So it's like everybody get a chance to make a change, but why at the end of the month or the halfway through the month you back where you started the year before and the year before and the year before? That's a question I'm going to ask y'all in just a second, because you know me, I have to always bring a little history to the things that we do. Do y'all know that in the word resolution, I'm not going to use the definition that they taught us about resolution. I'm going back into etymology, where they're saying that resolution is to loosen. Because when you look at it, resolution is to loosen. So if we're trying to loosen something or to release, that means that we're supposed to release bad habits, anything that's of negativity, anything that does not bring us anything good, because it's evidence that year after year after year, people are always procrastinating into what they wish they could have, would have, should have. So even with that being said, before I go any further with it, I just wanted y'all to have that piece, because I wanted you to understand where I'm coming from. Because in a resolution, we want to resolve and make a settlement of things that we don't want. So we got to figure that out. So Logan and Alois, do you really want a resolution for this year? Can y'all answer that? What do you think? What's your thoughts behind that for you?
The thought for me, I don't wait to a particular time to make a change in my life. When that change need to be done, is done.
Mm-hmm.
And before I make that resolution, there's a time period that I put thoughts in it.
Oh, okay. What about you, Alois?
I always plan. I try to plan my stuff for. I try to work through the process that I need to do before I even start, because God give you wisdom and knowledge to do the thing that He wants you to do. So you got to have to give you that wisdom and knowledge, not depending on other people do. That will allow us to have a tension of watching other people and seeing what they do, and allow people to imitate other people also. So I put myself first in God's direction that He want me to go for that year. I write my little thing down, prepare, and I put it in my 91. So I know that He got to protect, that He gonna direct my path.
Okay. I feel like this new year being what it is, it's been told that back in history, back a long time ago, January was not the new year. And it actually, in when you think about it, it's not.
That's right.
When you look at the seasons, everything is based off seasons. So let's call it for what it is. Let's break it down. You have summer, spring, fall, and winter. Or we could say spring, summer, fall and winter. Or we could say winter, spring, summer, and fall. Any way you have it, understand that winter is the time of, if you follow the ruling of nature, winter is a dead season.
Correct.
You can't do nothing in a dead season. Animals hibernate. You don't see the bees out. You don't see the birds out there chirping and doing what they do. You don't see any of these things because it's a dead season. Everything is hibernation. Even in Mother Earth, everything is hibernating. you know, maybe we need to start looking at, I'm getting backwashed. Maybe we need to start looking at the fact that when we look at these things, that maybe we got it all wrong. If we know that when we're sowing seeds, if we take it back to the biblical and we're sowing seeds, maybe that's where our intents of manifestation needs to start, is in the winter. You start focusing on what the intent's going to be. You start focusing on what you want to manifest. And you, as we always say, write it down, make it plain. You write these things down, you make them plain. So when you go ready for the spring, where love is in the air, the Mother Earth is opening up to everything, blossoming, and allergies and the seasons are coming out in during that springtime, then guess what? The birthing of everything that you're setting forth in that winter, you're able to focus and get it out there the way you need to go. And to me, everything has cycles because we are a part of nature. A lot of people might not see that, but you are. If you know, think about it. What do you gravitate to? I know a lot of people that gravitate to Mother Earth. They love to hike. They like to be outside doing picnics. They like to do those kind of things. Then you got the people who deal with water. They love water. I can sit in a tub of water or stand in the shower for a very long time. And when I'm at the beach, I can just lay there and just listen to the ocean waves. I even at night sometimes I do that, to try to calm me and go to sleep. It don't make me go to sleep, but it gives me some calm and some comfort. Some people are that way. And then you got some people that just like it hot. Every element of the earth, or some people like the wind. They like to listen to wind sounds. They like to be out on Mother Earth, amongst it when it's windy and everything. Every element has something to do with us as people. And once you connect and and you see why you're this way, why you're out and about, and why you want to be outside, then you'll understand the connection and how you can birth out at the right time. What are your thoughts, Alois, on what I just said?
With you, and I say, right, you are right. This is not the what I'm thinking. I think March. I think spring is the new beginning. That's when everything up. So I agree with you 100%.
You agree with me 100%?
100%, yes, correct. This March the 1st.
So do you so why do people, why do they do this? That's just me. I really want to know, why do they hit the reset button in January when by the end of this week or of the second week or maybe the end of the month they done gave up on their hopes and dreams of what they plan to do, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to save more money, spend time with friends or people. Why is it so hard for them to keep those resolutions?
I think that, like, you go back to that one thing, then come then in 2 weeks you do something else because you don't get something is going on in the earth, but also you had to put your mind think. I say I'm gonna do this. I say I'm gonna do that. It's just like a generation thing. It's like everybody have that generation thing. Yeah, they think they're supposed to change, be somebody else, or do what they supposed to do, but they don't. You gotta have somebody. You want to stick with something. You gotta have people around you that willing to go the length that you want.
Okay, Logan, what you have to say?
I don't think they prepare it good enough. Some of it's preparation. It sounds good. We A lot of us make changes because everybody making a change. It's a new year, and it's the thing to do. A lot of us get on that social media, that social bandwagon of the past, and that type of bandwagon. And as you get on the bandwagon, as the year progresses, you notice that people start falling off. if you have made preparation, as our Lord said, not around people that have that same mindset, what you attempt to gain, you have a tendency to fall off. That depends on, and it also depends on how real you is you real about this?
Sick and tired of being sick and tired, huh?
Right. You hit rock. They used to turn it. You finally hit rock bottom. Something
Right.
got to be done. And
Mhm.
when something got to be done, you go through the extreme. At that point of losing weight, you may be trying to lose weight for several years. But when that finally the extreme that comes along, make you change your mindset that I need to do this. I don't like by going out trying to hunt for larger sets of clothes. So I changed my mindset. I may have a mindset. I don't like how the clothes fit on me, so I won't maybe trying to gain weight. So it has a whole different, a whole. The bigger thing is concerning your mindset and what type of preparation did you prepare your mind to go through. Is you
That's
ready to go to the distance?
mm-hmm. And that's true. It's all about structure. What have always been told to us growing up? Write it down, make it plain.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the key to anything. Sometimes people don't even understand that. Sometimes, in order to understand when what a resolution to me is when you place an intent to manifest something in your life, whether it is to lose weight, whether it is to conquer something. Sometimes you can't do it all at one time. That's my fault. I think I can. Sometimes I try to do 20 things at the same time and I never get anything completed. And then last year, when I decided, it was 2 years ago when I decided to do something, I finally completed something. Ta-da! That's what comes to let's bring it to the table. That's what comes to exquisite taste, is because I sat down and I decided to try to do one thing at a time to build. And I'm still trying to structure that in layers of levels in order to get there. But there also, Alois brought out a key component is that, you can't do it by yourself. I understand, moving in silence. I've come to understand moving in silence is know who you can trust. If someone showed himself approved, because God said, put your trust in no man. And it's a particular type of man that he's talking about. But a God's man that has their mind open to understand and to be and do everything they're supposed to do in their life and for everybody else's life, they can probably be the most deadliest weapon on your forefront. If you say you want to lose weight and you got that support from others that's within your circle, you'll be surprised. You might lose way more weight than you expect. Or if you say, I want a brand new whatever, they'll push you toward that. If you say, oh, I want to do this or I want to start a business, they'll push you. I remember from where I'm from, I don't talk about me. I always say that. And Cedric can testify to that. Where we're from, people's mindset ain't the same way. And I'm sorry, it might seem like some shade because it is. When your mindset not right and you can't be open to something, you will shut people down and to stop them from trying to get where they need to go. And that's something that people have to stop. We have to stop um, being such a mess in other people's lives just because you don't understand it, or you mad because they thought of it and you found a way of giving destruction. The song that's been ringing in my head for about a month now, I won't harm you with words from my mouth because I need you to survive. Survival is everything in this world. And when somebody has something that they need to go forward in, whether what season it is, we got to stop. It might not make sense to you because it wasn't given to you. So just cheer them on until you watch and you see it bloom, and then maybe it'll make sense. Because everything's not there for everybody. I get that. I know that from the way my mindset is. You know, I say from every little step that you make and what you decide in your resolution, create a reward system for you with the short term goals to get to that main goal. I don't care, like for me, for instance, I have 30 more pounds to meet my ultimate goal, just 30. So, even with that being said, I have set short term goals to get there. That's to keep me motivated and keep me pushing in that. And even in that token, there's a part two to that. I have compassion for myself. I'm stopped because I am my worst critic, and I know everybody that's around me that know me personally know that I am. I'm so hard on me. I don't even know how I'm surviving it. You know, I have to now. I take deep breaths and I keep on moving. I don't. I've never been a person that gives up. I might shut it down because I get overwhelmed about it, but I don't. I don't. I don't do that. I don't. Only thing I have to do is stop being so critical of me, you know, because I don't care. I love to tell me all day, oh, you this look great, this look great. And I'm like, no, it don't. Because I'm my worst critic. My brother's the same way. Worst critic. Because it's a certain thing, the way I see it in here, and I needed to output that same way. And I have to realize that I have to build to it. I have to get it out there and then build to it. Um, Alois, what is some of the things that you do to keep you structured when you're going into your resolution when you start?
Um, I come first. I'm like I'm compassionate, humble myself. I call Sonya. I said, Sonya, I need you. Breathe out.
Yeah, you do. I didn't expect for you to say
That's
that.
when I'm bad. So yeah, I mean, it's hard, but you got to have that mindset of at the right time because you don't want to overdo it. You overdo, you might get into some more stuff. Yeah, I made it even worse. So
Mhm.
I'm relaxed and I try to show compassion. And I also breathe in, breathe out, or kept the 10 backwards. And that's how I get more relaxing about myself. And then my concentration, everything they come back. Type of person, I got to have people that encourage me, like Sonya and my other sisters. I mean, baseline of friendship that say, okay, you doing it this way. And I like to people, I might be honest and be truthful to me. So that's my resolution is to always put truthful to me and always be there when I need them and when I want them. And y'all have been done that I had in my life. Now I'm stretching for something else is to make myself even better need to be. Like I like my peace of mind. Give me that peace that pass all understanding. That's my resolution for me is to do better for my family. I always direct like I said, I'm putting God first. I always put God first in everything, and I want to close. So that's my goal with this year to even have a better relationship because stuff is getting wicked.
Mhm.
So
What about you, Logan?
Me, I have to set a system. Um, let's go back. I want to hear the definition again. The ology.
What etymology said about it?
Yeah.
Etymology, they broke it down. It's the Latin word to resolve, which is to loosen or release. It's
Okay.
to resolve something. You know, when you put it in English term,
Okay.
resoluto, which is to loosen or release, which is to resolve. Okay,
Okay.
that's the etymology breakdown of it.
All right. I don't try to get into resolutions. I just gain and release. I find out what I need to release. I create a system to move about to achieve a goal. And the reason that when I put the goal in place, I have to have some type of system to be able to attain that goal, to keep that goal where it need to be. Even that even in losing weight or anything that does to achieve that, I have a system in place, and
Mhm.
I had to be committed to that system um, when doing things. Our Lois had a system. She say Step 1, humble myself. Step 2, dial the phone. Step 3, dial that number. So, and regardless how that system don't sound like a system, guess what? It works for our Lois.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's system doesn't work for everybody. That's why when I does a system, that's why I don't incorporate everybody into my system. I teach them the system because it was built and catered for me,
Right.
for me myself. And a lot of time, when I'm going about developing the system, I have done the background work to place this system in place. It's not. It's after Christmas. It's Christmas now. Now I want to put this in place. No, I'm waiting for a particular time to place this system in place. And even when I'm placing a system in place, I'm already in that system. And I'm catering and development at the same time. It's the same way that we do at work. A lot of us, we have a system. So we need to develop a system to achieve that goal.
Mm-hmm.
I have a system now that I need to be in bed by 10 o'clock, but it don't always work that way.
Amen.
Never.
So I'm working on this system. So you have to develop, and me, I have to develop a system that work for me within every avenue of my life. The same way that if you want to go biblical, God have a system. If you go business have a system. They got multiple systems.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the cat system. And I want to make this brief. And what I mean by the cat system, there was a fox and a cat. Hunter was after them. The dog was coming close. Fox say, I got many tricks. And the cat say, I only got one trick. And they work all the time. Fox got caught. Cat went, he done his thing. Fox was trying to do, and he ended up getting caught. He said, my system work every time. So if it work every time, guess what I'm going to do?
Keep doing it.
I want to do it.
I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids know that if I'm playing the game, I'm beating them on the game, I decorate it a little, but the base of it is the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to watch your components in games. That's how you get the upper hand.
Right.
It's very analytical. I'm gonna get back into video games. That's one of my little resolutions too, because I used to be great at it. So, but with going into all of this, and people understanding this, I wanted to say that come the end of the month, it won't be, I made up my mind, it's not going to be on the 25th, but it will be that Saturday. I'm going to invite everyone who wants to participate. It will be on a Saturday. You can either do it virtual or you can come and be a part of it live. We will be doing I'm calling it a vision board because that's what people call it. But for me, it is the time to place intentions and make them and manifest them. It's not just a one board thing. You will have to bring yourself 2 boards. The materials you're going to need to make that. And we're going to see what we can do about getting hold to some magazines. So anyone out there that want to donate magazines or words or anything, please let us know so we can get that done. And so we can get this done, because we're not going to do visions just like I've made vision boards to where people thought it was, I wanted to go on a trip. I wanted to own an island. I wanted to own a boat. These were things that I wanted. They thought that the mansion that I had out there, they thought it was a resort. No, this is me. And, and I understand that sometimes people say, oh, that's too unrealistic. Nothing is unrealistic to me, especially what goes on up in this head. There's nothing that's unrealistic. But to be realistic, to get to those goals, because I still have that board, because that's the ultimate thing. I want my own island. I believe I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I've been doing research on that. So, even with that being said, we're going to start doing vision boards. No matter what it is that you want to manifest, if it's being a better person so you can be in a better relationship, to lose weight, to handle your finances better, whatever it is, you know, we're going to help you make that. We're going to get each other accountability. We're even going to have on one board, you're going to put your pictures, your words, your affirmations, and everything. And then the other board is going to be a list. And they're going to be long term and short term goals. I'm going to see how I can fix the 369 of manifestation, where you do 3 times in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, and then 9 at night, to bring forth what you want to bring forth. And we're going to do this logically, not just doing something just to be doing something. We're going to hands down do this logically. And same in token, everybody, please get you a mason jar or a cute jar, whatever kind of jar. I know me and you just gonna get a jar. It could be a mayonnaise jar for all I care. Get your jar. And for every goal or every day that something good happens in your life, I want you to write it down. Write it down, fold it up, and put it in that jar. You can put a date and time on it if you want. And so at the end of the year, you can pull all that out and look over all the accomplishments of your goals, or what was good, or the blessings that have came to you, so you can stay on task on your positive outlook of how you birth forth stuff, if that makes sense. Anyone want to add anything?
No, I think
Yeah,
this awesome.
I like to add something.
Go ahead.
I like to call a solution board.
I like that. I like that. The solution board. Let's call it, because we're coming to a solution.
Right.
We're gonna place an intent. We're gonna manifest it, and we're gonna have the solution.
Right.
That is perfect. That's perfect. Brilliant, bro. Write it down. Wait. I got my pen and paper. I was just that's the thing we do when me and him is having discussions. We be like, oh, okay, write it down. Somebody got to have a pen and paper. So we're gonna place the intention. We're gonna manifest, and then we're going to have a solution.
Correct.
Which is the end game of the goal. And once we do that, I think everybody will be there. But this is where you're going to be held accountable. There's no slacking. If you want better in your life, we do better. And so that's what the end game is. I know that the people that's in my circle, Pet said something to me because I was trying to explain something, and she called it the DM. So, and my circle is my DM, because these are the people I can call to, so, and these are the people that got my back. If I scream, somebody's coming. Oh, hey, Tanya. The date will be the end of the month. It will be the 28th, which is a Saturday. And like I said, we're going to be doing it virtually, and we're going to be doing it live in Atlanta. And I will give that place before the next the invite will be put on Facebook, but we will be giving the place out by next Wednesday of where we're going to meet. But we're going to do it live. But it is the 28th, and we're going to do it during brunch time. So the place I choose, yes, we're gonna have mimosas. I can't. I got to do my mimosas. So it is what it is. But yes, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna build, and we're gonna progress throughout this year. But like I said, right now, for the month of January and February, we're gonna plant the intention. So anything and everything, yes, ma'am, I will inbox you. We're gonna plant the intention. Anything, just get you a piece of paper, even right now. Get yourself ready for when we get ready to do this vision board, to plant your intentions of everything that you want to come to pass for this year, not 5 years down the road, not 10 years down the road. We're going to every quarter, every 3 to 6 months. I hadn't made up my mind yet, but it's probably going to be every 3 months. We're going to come back and we're going to revisit this and we're going to add to it. But what you add to it is what's going to enhance what you already got. Not add something like I said, I want to lose 5 pounds, and then I turn around and say, no, I want to lose 100. No, that's not realistic. It's realistic in a long-term goal, but for health reasons, it's not realistic for short term. So we're gonna build on it, because nothing you do on a weak foundation will ever last. Say it again. Nothing that you do on a weak foundation will ever last, whether it's for self, whether especially in relationships. It will not last. It will fall, and it will falter. So we got to build the foundation within these 2 months in order to get to the end game. And I don't care if we got 50 people and only 3 people make it. Guess what? That's a win for everybody. It's a win for everybody.
Very true.
There will be no losing in this. There's no such thing as losing unless you don't do it.
Right.
So I say come along with it so you can get it, because the power is in our hands. And tell everybody, anybody and everybody, and we'll make this accountability. I have a goal, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. I want us to take 2 trips together. I want to do a cruise, and then I want to go to Hawaii. And I know me and my brother had talked about it. He's going to go for 2 weeks. We can go during that time, but after my week, I'm out. So he can stay another week. It's called affordability, even though, that job. So, I'm going to make sure that I'm able to get to my end goals. And so I'm going to plant that out there. It's a lot of stuff that I want, and that's for the collective. It's not just for me. It's always, for me, it's always, because I'm a service to people. It's about the collective and how people can gain and grow and build from there. So as long as we're able to do that, the skies is not, it will never be the limit. We're going past the galaxies, So, but understand that we set the intentions because it's the winter time. Springtime is March 21st, and that's the week of our Lois's birthday. Hey. So, and we're gonna start blossoming and birthing out what our intentions are supposed to be. We're gonna start following the trail of Mother Nature and see if that works for us, because it seems like a lot of times when we follow man, it just don't work out. It just don't work out the way that we plan it. And and us as a people, that look like me, we got to get back to the root of how we used to be in order for us to get where we need to go. I really do. So we're going to set the goals that motivate us. We're going to make the priorities. We're going to get the aspirations. We're going to set the dreams. And we're going to limit the resolution to the solution, which is going to be manageable. And like I said, everything that we do, we're going to write it out. We're going to make it plain. And we can go crazy about it. We can. Everybody's not going to have the same things. We know that. And we're gonna have to learn to be specific. It's a difference in saying I want to get healthy and saying I will be healthy. I am healthy. We're not going to try to do anything. We're going to keep the word try. And then that's another jar you can do. Every time you use the word try, put $1 in there, because you got to take certain words out of your vocabulary that's not doing you any good. So how are you going to get to your goals if you're trying? Try and cancellate anything that you are placing action to. Trying is not an action word. So take it out your system in order to achieve your goals. We're going to set the deadlines. We're going to break up those big goals to make smaller goals. And, we're going to get this down. So go ahead, get to writing, write your intentions, or as my brother said, your goals. Write them down. Even if you got a journal, put them in a journal. If you got everything set up to how you want, when you make this vision board, it'll go a lot smoother for you. So you do that, and you can share with like minds who's your counterpart that believe in you and want great for you. I've came across spirits of people who, I don't even know what the word for it. I do, but I can't. But I'm trying to find the word for it. We're gonna have to cancel out those people, especially when you're trying to do something that's gonna bring a better grader. I'm not perfect. I ain't gonna never claim I am. And I'm okay with that. I can stand on 10 toes down on anything, whether I make a mistake or I do right. I can still stand 10 toes down because guess what? I was in it for the right reasons. What were you going to say, Logan?
I'm about to say that they got to learn. I had to go so far back, and this is just a thought that came to me, and I don't know why I keep on saying release. A lot of us don't want to release. We have goals and stuff, but we don't want to release that what we need to do to achieve the goal.
Maybe let's talk about it.
We gotta let go.
What was you finna say, Lois?
Huh?
I thought you was finna say something.
What? Just think about what happened to me today, and the devil ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm listening, so the devil is lying.
Well, devil ain't got nothing. Mm-hmm. I hate to come across this way.
I know, but that's me.
But I am. It was me, but I am.
She working on it, brother. She working on it. Working on it.
There's so many of us. I'm not poking at you, but at the same time, we don't want to release something, but we always want to blame and you fit whistle line. The devil made me did it. So if the devil made you did it, you ain't got no control over yourself.
Mm-hmm. You give up that free will.
But you know what? That's a good point. But no, yeah, that's a good point. But my thing is, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting the devil on his feet because nobody can stop me from doing what God want me to do.
Well, I hate to say this. Sometimes the devil going to run away from some of our feet. Yeah. You may have our Bunday moment and run. You got some fleas, you can't stay in the room, so he ain't gonna hang around. So, so when we going about doing things just because these problems is there, and a lot of times these problems keep on attending, and what we attempt to choose because we won't release. We want a better job. Right. We won't let go the old job. You get an offer to a better paying job with better benefits. But I've been here for 15 years, and my mother been here for 30 years, and my great pappy been here 60 years, and it's been a family tradition to be right here. But you've been praying and going through the motion and doing things, but you don't want to release the items that is actually holding you back to a new adventure because you lack the understanding for what you asked for.
Mm-hmm. I can sum that up in one or two words.
Go ahead.
Too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They rather stay in the wallow of their misery where they at because they know it too well.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of making that change because they're too comfortable in it.
How they come
shit when you move around.
Right.
Especially if that's all you know. It's you just wallow in there. But you have to be able to release. And and another thing some people don't understand as well. If you don't dig down deep in you to get rid of that pain or whatever, because a lot of people thrive on what hurt them. That's how they function through life. And then they realize that they're hurting other people. But they have all these goals and stuff, and all they keep doing is hitting here and not going anywhere. And they get madder and madder because they have released what was detrimental within them. And then they wonder why they got this person around them that's doing it, and they're not even realize what they're doing.
That's true.
You gotta release it. You gotta let go in order to even step out on the goal. That's just like how we talk about the why be like, why are these Pookies and Ray Rays around me? Did you let the Pookies and Ray Ray actually let them go? There's something underlined under there. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people, you know, they want love. They want someone in their life, but they're not getting anywhere. You gotta come out that house in order to be seen. You know, TikTok where that's women true. Were literally on there crying, you know, because you're home and you meet this man that's a couple of states away, and you drop everything, run over there in the real, and you get to see the real, and you ain't even gave it, just been talking to him, and you and now you have nothing. Mm-hmm. You know, I understand time. Prince said it best. You know, there is no time. Even when he said, because in actuality, when we celebrate birthdays, and you know, that bothers me a little bit, but I'm still gonna celebrate mine. But he has a key point. You only have one birth day. You're not birthed every day like that. You only had one birth, and that was out of your parents' womb. That's it. So that's your birthday. We celebrate it because that day you were born. And some people to the extreme. I take it to the extreme. I don't care because that's just me. So, but we have to understand that that's the way, when we take things to the extreme, that's how you get to your sin sometimes. You have to be able to stay focused into what you really want. You have to. That's the only way. And we're not going to blame game. We're going to get out of that system, out that matrix of always blaming other people. Ain't nobody else. It's not even the devil. It's all you. We live in a system, of European system, where it's so much easier to blame someone else. Even like with education, I was talking to someone. I think that was my brother. He is someone else. I was talking to him, and we were talking about how people always blaming the education system, because you even hear it on the social media. People blame saying that they failed the children. No, you as a parent failed the child. You failed the child. The education system didn't fail the child. I call that the homemade daycare. Even for high schoolers, it's a daycare. You know, your child is a reflection of you, and we want that reflection to be greater than what we are. So it's up to us to teach and to guide and to push them into greater, even if we don't know. The one thing my daddy did when I was young, because I used to, and I still ask a lot of questions. Okay, that's just how I am. But when I ask him certain things, and my daddy said, "You work at the library." I don't got the answer, baby girl. You work at the library. That was his way of saying, you got our books. Get to the library and learn what you want. And I did that, you know, because you got to read. You got to, you know, in those times, we didn't have the internet. Like, we didn't have that. You know, I could go anywhere on the internet and be in another world, you know, learn other things. I know somebody that they got in touch with someone that was from somewhere else, and they learned a whole nother language by just discussing it and that person teaching them. And that's just the way that we're supposed to do. Just like you go to the library. I stayed at the library when I was off work. You know, it was just because the books were there. I had to learn. And all of us are that way. You have to do better. And you as a parent have to do better by teaching your kids better. Your kids don't know finances because you don't know finance. It's your job to teach your kid finance. It's your job to teach them about life in general. Be direct and decisive to the point. Let them teach them the same things that you're learning. A lot of us are in our 50s and 40s and late 30s. They're just getting it, or in their 60s, just getting it, in their 70s and 80s, and just getting this. Because no one was there and we didn't teach, because they teach theirs, but we're not teaching ours. Some people have the mindset where it took me all my life to get it. They let it take them their life. No, 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 that's not how it works. We got to come out of that. That's not how it works. We supposed to teach the next generation, and you wonder why they act the way that they act. I call it the 21-year-olds. They so hard-headed and stubborn, and thinking that everything is supposed to be catered to them. But we got to shut that mess down. They got to learn that if you want it, you got to get out there just like everybody else. You got to write it down, make it plain, and get out there just like everybody else. Mommy and daddy cannot continue giving you what your heart desires when you're sitting up, laying up like Bundy's wife eating bonbons.
Mm-hmm.
You a kid. You got to get out here and learn how to live. What? And this is the thing I tell my son all the time when I think about it, especially when someone loses a parent. I said, if I get gone, what are you gonna do? And I don't care what nobody say. When you lose your mother, or you lose both your parents, if you had both your parents in your life, or you lose your mother, you ain't got nobody else. I don't care if you got brothers and sisters. They got their own life to live. They might help you if they can. They might give you an encouraging word if you can. But when you lay your head down, all you got is you. So you got to figure out life, and you got to teach your kids to figure it out now, not when they're 30. Not when I'm talking about when they are able to read, write, everything. You got to help them get it figured out. A lot of people look at other parents whose kids are making money and they're young. They got businesses and they're young and they're schooling their nose down, talking about they ain't living their child's life. They're not living what is a child supposed to do? These kids are playing. These kids are living their life. Their parents are managing their life and they're teaching them. They're teaching them life skills and getting out here, and they're getting it. That need to be something on some of you people who have these kids or grandkids on your board, to teach them life at a young age. So when they walk into it, that's no different than some of us had to help our mamas raise their kids. When I had my child, it was easy for me. I didn't miss a beat. I ain't have to call nobody because I knew what to do. I helped with 3, 4 if you want to count Byron, but he was a teenager. But you got to, this is what you got to do. That's a life skill I can never throw away. I know what it takes. I know what putting a coin on the belly and when the biblical cord falls and you put it on there and you wrap that belly around so it can heal right. Did that. I knew what to do with the circumcision. Did that. You know what I'm saying? Some things that we embed in us, but we don't embed it all. We don't. And people learn the hard way. So when with us doing this today, we're going to learn when we do these boards, we're going to get this the right way. And once we reach one, teach one, then we got to reach back and grab these kids and do the same thing. Because we're wondering why these kids are failing. You do realize no matter what you say or do, it's still a representation of you.
Correct.
True.
And your lineage, your generations, and how your life and your kids. And if you're not doing nothing with the ones you got now, what do you think you're going to be able to do with them grandbabies? or the great grandbabies, and going forth and on and on and on and on. So we got to get it right. We do.
Well, that is so true. I guess I'm going TV show mode. On the Barney Mac show, there was an episode that towards the end of a season, and man, I think it was the closer of the show period is he was dying, and he left videos for how to change the car tire, and steps of doing these things, leaving information of what he didn't get the chance to teach them at an early age. So
Right.
they weren't ready for a car, but he had a video to talk to them
Mm-hmm.
for their know. And it's just the same way as we doing this solution board is a way. Hello, America. Hello, world. Here go one solution that you may try that can work. You may have to do a little twist and a turn and here and change it just a little to make it work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bernie, my car don't have 5 lugs. It have 4. Well, it's the same thing. If you have 4 lugs. So it's those little things that we have neglect of taking stuff and cater towards. We cater ourselves too much towards the word they use. I'm not going to use the L word. I want to say the utilize of less energy, and we became energy efficient.
Mm-hmm.
We became more energy efficient, not burning the energy that we need to go about our daily every life towards our kids and everything else in motion.
Mm-hmm.
And when you very energy efficient, therefore you have to use less power. Therefore, I don't have to do immersive work because I'm energy efficient. But the thing about being efficient, we don't do it so good. To follow to that word. We use less energy, but how we go about doing, we are failing. Because when we see this is a part that we should have been releasing instead of trying to go back to the old system because you want to go back to the system because you didn't want to dispense the energy that is actually needed to take care of the child. I can't feed these children all day. You got dependent. And when you dependent on something, you don't never know what it's driving from. I'm still coming from Sonya. Otherwise, I can't depend on my brother. I can't depend on can't depend on my sister or that person or that person. What happened? They got something going on. Or what happened if they deem that what they got the money. I have the money, but I got to pay my light bill tomorrow. I got to pay my house note tomorrow. I got to be efficient and know how to go about the way to do things. Yes, there are things I don't know how to do, but I need to disperse enough energy to go about doing the proper research and find the people and talking to people intelligent enough because I did my research. Therefore, I have a higher intelligence level so I can move on. And when I move on, I know what to release, what to hold on. If I find out that I can hold on to this point, I let go.
Right.
When I was a child, I thought when I was a child. So I had to let that child mentality go. And when I mean immaturity and not able to, not maturity in my mindset, I had to let that go. And a lot of us don't want to let that go. And we act like that child. Well, they supposed to do it, they doing it. I pay money for them to do it. By George, when we paying our money, what we do and they ain't doing, we fire them, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people,
Yes.
what's going on? So that should be a resolution. You should be firing people that cause no harm when they harm in a such a manner. It don't have to be physical, it don't have to be mentally, but whatever type of harm they're doing and they's not correcting it, and you know it, you need to make some releases.
Yeah.
Release, just like a change. It's two different words, but you got to release it. I could change something. I could change the channel, but the channel's still there, but you got to release it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go ahead.
That's just like what you're saying. It all resorts into falling off track.
Correct.
Even if you fall off track, it's okay. It's no different than getting on a bike. I hadn't been in a bike in years. If I fall, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get back on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna hurry up and do it quickly. And that's what we're gonna have to do in this. Everything that he's saying is true. You got to know how you're going to move, because you can't blame nobody. And that's something that in this life we got to stop doing. We got to take accountability for self. I have a weakness. I have to take accountability if I want to stop that weakness. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say chocolate. It's a certain type of particular chocolate that I find myself drawn to. And I know that I said no more chocolate. If somebody bring me that chocolate, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm not gonna eat it. But I am gonna stick it in the freezer and take it as part of one of my rewards for a goal. But I ain't gonna eat it right now.
It's a workaround.
Right. It's a workaround to get to the goal, to get to the chocolate. Point blank.
Right.
And we have to be able to get out there. We fall off track. We're not gonna get mad because, like I said, there's no such thing as failure. Now, if you get off track and you don't get back on, you fail. So this is just where we're gonna have to be at. And understand, like he said, the solution is easy, but it's the road to get to it. It's just that road. And it's up to you and your mindset. If you say it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be hard. Because you have to understand one thing: life and death is in the power of the tongue. Did you catch it?
Yes.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue. God used words to create this world. He made us in his image. And he told us that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Not his, yours. Catch it if you can. And understand what I'm putting down. Everything that we said today is for the betterment of you. Not us. It's for the betterment of you. There is a gain because there's a blessing that comes with it. And I'm very excited about your life this year, the abundance that'll come to that. So let's work on it. Let's get to it, and let's just do it. You know, we're gonna have fun with this. We're not gonna cry about. We're gonna find those workarounds, like he said. We're gonna find them, and we're gonna do it. Write it down and make it plain. You have any questions? DM me. DM Logan. DM our Lords. Our Lords check your DMs. So, you know, if you have any questions, do that. I promise you, this is gonna be fun filled. We are gonna be accountable for ourselves and for others, because in order to succeed, it only takes one. So, like I said, there's nothing that I don't think that we were put on this earth that we can't do. We can do anything. So 2 cents, 2 cents. Who got 2 cents?
2 cents. Good. I want everybody to bring their vision board. I want to see everybody in person so we can do this on hand. Do stuff.
I do too.
So please come in person, in person, please.
Yes. Cedric, what's your 2 cents?
My 2 cents are the road that you journey to going the correct way have on a few people on it, and once in a while but the road that people not doing the things they supposed to be doing, you'll find plenty on that road.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
That's
be on that road. Yeah.
That's right. And y'all, unfortunately, we have people who have already started and ended in their resolutions for their solutions. And that's okay. The journey sometimes is rough and sometimes it's not. I think that we have a great team of people that will be coming aboard. The accountability is going to be strong. And I really believe that everybody's going to have these targets that where they're going to meet them every day. Every day. It's going to be some self improvements. I can see people buying homes birthed out of this or buying new vehicles or losing,
Mm-hmm.
and like me going to end up losing these last 30 pounds. Um, I think that everybody's going to hit the targets and they're going to set the stage for the success
Mm-hmm.
that they want instead of just walking away in failure. Because, like I said, there's no such thing as failure unless you just stop. And there's no stopping. If God decided to stop you from breathing, it's because He decided. But He didn't do that. You breathe because you desire to.
and
You
also,
know,
I just thought about something.
yes.
You got to find yourself trustworthy. Because if you were trustworthy, God would put the breathing
Yes.
on be your responsibility.
Exactly. And it's
Mm-hmm.
something that's automatic. It's
Right.
automatic. Even though you can stop it, but then all of a sudden you're gonna be forced to do it.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's what we have to do is force ourselves to keep stepping forward.
Yep.
You got to do it. Ain't no such thing as if I coulda, woulda, shoulda. Ain't no such thing as I tried. None of that. You're going to do it. We're gonna take the action and it's gonna move forward. I think this is
Right.
something that's gonna be great. Um, Next week, Wednesday, get your wine glasses because it's wine down Wednesday. Um, we're going to be talking about investing in change. Investing in change.
Okay.
So we're going to invest in change and we're going to discuss that. We're going to dive in. We're going to discuss investing in change. And we're bringing back every month, once a month, this third week. We're going to start back our Black People We Got to Do Better series. Um, you got something that you want to discuss? Let me know. Might come to be a topic. We got some other topics that other people are working on. I can't wait. I love debates. So I'm hoping when these people get their stuff together that they come with it because I'm ready. I'm excited. Why are you shaking your head?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready.
I'm 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 ready for a good debate, but some of the subject titles where I've been heard that people want to debate on, and and I hate to say some of them guys what they subject title what they choose,
Hey. We're not gonna hate on that. We're
uh,
gonna roll with it.
and some that want to choose
Right.
topic. I hate to say I can't roll with it, and
No, but that's okay. We're
it,
gonna wait. We're gonna wait till the end. We're gonna wait till the end.
don't know which ones.
I'm
They
gonna
don't
be
know.
quiet on that
Look,
note.
it's New Year. It's a new year, boo. We're gonna run with it. We have to. I mean, that's what makes us unique and different. You know, so we're gonna run with it, and then we're gonna talk again on the 25th about this resolution board. Because even with let's bring it to the table, anything that we discuss, we're going to. It's a new year, boo. That's right, Patronelli. It's a new year, boo. Sonya said, "Let's do it." She's excited, so we're excited for you as well. We're excited, period. Um, but we're
Mm-hmm.
going to get all of this together. We're going to keep on going. But anytime anybody come up with anything, let us know. And also, we're doing giveaways. I forgot to announce that, but I'm going to also post out about the giveaways because we're giving away some things, but you have to follow some things that we need you to do, like following some people, following some of the different platforms and everything. And this is how you're going to get these prizes. We even got cash prizes, not one but two. So we got some other things in the works, and so we'll have all of that. And we're going to do this as a way of placing in that intention and that resolution. And every 3 months, we'll have something else to give away, based off how you do on your vision of your resolution that you're coming to so you will have. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. And y'all have anything else y'all want to say? I'm going to make sure you tag your friends, tag everybody, and their too.
Yeah.
So we can get this done, because it's going to be based off of that alone, about the getting those pages and helping other people. We also have a couple of sponsorships that's coming aboard once we get all that done. And let me just put this out here. This is unsponsored, but Delta Rose cinnamon rolls, they made from the soul. Place you in order. You won't regret it.
That's right.
They're homemade gourmet cinnamon rolls. They're good. They're very, very good. Very, very good. I need you to get it. That's my speed topic for today of non-sponsored, but I'm just telling you it's one of my favorite picks. So and I tell you, it is worth it. It's worth it. I don't put myself behind nothing that ain't worth it. It's worth it. It is. It's worth it. So with that being said, we'll see y'all as we always do on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. So I always tell y'all, because I love you and I want you to love yourself enough to leave the table when respect is no longer being served. Yes, Logan.
Type the name.
Type what name?
The name, the information. Put it in the chat. You're going to put hello.
Okay, y'all. We had to put that Della Rose cinnamon rolls by our Lords. Okay. So we got that in the chat. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I'll make sure that we get the information for her. Her page is coming soon, so you'll be able to place orders from there and phone call her as well. So, like I said, Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. every Wednesday. Let's bring it to the table. And again, love yourself enough to leave the table when respect is no longer being served. And we wish you all good night.
Good night.